All right, Khan. So, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. Shalom to the Torah, Shaz Yasha Allah, giving the course all under glory and praise. To Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahushua. All right, that's all praise merely follow Yahweh. In the name of the Lord, God, and Son, Yahushua. This is your brother Yasha Allah.
Brother Abaya.
Khan, coming back to y'all with another video. All right, and, Tizar, the brother Tizar, the bar is not available right now. Lord willing, he can hop on later, though. Right? So for now, we're just gonna deal with it. So this video is titled "Envy Not the Glory of the Sinner." All right, envy not the glory of the sinner. And what does that mean? We're gonna get into it. Right. So I'm gonna kick it off with let's go to Sirach, because where we get that phraseology from, right? We get that from the scriptures. First Peter chapter 4 verse 11 says, "If any man speak, let him speak as an oracles of the Most High." All right, so whatever we're going to say, it has to be best at the Most High, right? So Sirach chapter 9 verse 11, it says, "Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end," right? So the Lord told you plain out, don't envy the glory of a sinner, right? Though a sinner, like a lot of these worldly rappers, they are sinners, they are wicked, right? They don't care about the Most High, right? Yet Jake still follows after them. Jake still quotes them, and Jake still, you know, glorifies them and envies them, right? A lot of these, renowned rappers, right, of the world as of right now. But the Lord said, "Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end." Meaning that what you don't know where that man's going 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Lord willing, we're already in the kingdom by now, but you don't know his end. You don't know what's going to happen to damn young thug tomorrow. You might end up dead, right? So calm. Right?
Uh,
All right.
I got the book of Psalms, chapter 37. Like the brother said, though, you never know, man. You just never know. You could be living the best times of your life one day. Next thing you know, you in the spirit world.
All right.
Huh?
All
There's a
right.
book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Mm,
Hey, because King David, man, he kind of was catching himself being envious of the workers of iniquity.
right.
'Cause they prosper in this world, because this world is wicked. So
Yeah.
of course they're going to prosper, man. The same way the righteous are going to prosper in the kingdom of heaven, the same way the wicked is prospering in this kingdom of wickedness. You know, verse 2: For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. And that's exactly what happened to King Von. He was soon cut down. He was living good, having the fatness of the earth, basically. Diamond chain, things of that nature. Next thing you know, he getting shot outside the club. Think about that. He didn't know he was gonna get shot.
Uh,
Uh,
right. That's right, man. That's right. One day you're living lavishly. You're living a life in wickedness, in happiness. And then, next thing you know, you're ending up dead or in the hospital somewhere, right? Or on the floor, right? If he got shot, I didn't see the video, but if he got shot, maybe he was laying on the floor. His whole life choices were flashing before his eyes, man. Right? Like, damn, all this and all this wickedness and what I used to rap about amounted to this. Now I'm on the floor, right? Bleeding out from the bullet wounds, right? So, Jake, do you want to live that life, right? Jake, you really want to, end up like that, right? That's why the Lord said, "Hey," or David, he said, "Hey, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity," right? Because in verse 2 of Psalm chapter 37, verse 2, it says, "For they shall soon be cut down like the grass," right? When you have a backyard, you got some tall ass grass, right? You gotta cut it. You get the lawnmower out. You cut that grass down, right? So the wicked, they're going to be cut down like that, right? Even of our own nation, man, right? Just cut down. It says, "And wither as the green herb," all right? "Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed." So a lot of AIDS, That's the spirit. Because a lot of these jakes, they say, I gotta eat, right? Hey, are you eating, right? And they talking about, getting the bread and getting the bag, you know, they got to get the cabbage. They say they got to get the cabbage, right? Hey, hey, how you gonna get really fed, right? If you're not following after the Lord, Yahawah, right? And the Most High, the Lord said, "Hey, trust in me and do good, and then you will be fed." Verily, He said, "Verily," you know, Yahawah, He said, "Verily" a lot, right? Verily, verily, which means what? Surely, no doubt about it, you're gonna get fed, right? We can bring that out in Isaiah also. All right, but Khan, you got it.
I just want to say too, they talk about get this bread, but Yahawah even said that shall not live by bread alone. Come back and go get this cabbage.
Yeah, Khan. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat." So if you really want to eat, man, right? You really trying to eat, you'll be the servant of the Most High. You won't be the servant of spiritual demon Satan or Esau, right? You'll be a servant of the Most High if you really trying to eat. It says, "My servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty." Right, and that those brothers out there that follow, King Von or Lil Baby or Da Baby and all these rappers, right? They're spiritually hungry. They're spiritually thirsty, right? The Lord said, "My servant shall eat, and they shall drink." Right? So, Khan, it says, "Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." And that brother, he got ashamed. If you find yourself on the floor getting shot outside of a club, hey, that's shame, right? So, Khan.
And Shalakia, yeah, he was laying down on the ground. He was like this,
Damn.
basically. And his one of his friends, remember, only one of his friends, he hang out with a lot of friends, right? Only one of his friends tried to help. And he kind of didn't really help. The other
Right.
friends, they ran back into the club. You see that? This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Now,
Right.
do you think he was thinking about he's gonna get shot that night? He wasn't thinking about that, man,
Nah.
because they believe that they're gonna live forever in their wealthiness, right? So, and that's exactly what happened. Because the Lord, He rolls up on a time like you least expect it. Hold on, man. Let me get this real quick. Hold on, let me get this, man. The Lord gonna roll up on you when you least expect it, man. There's the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 5, and it reads, "Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent." Now, what's that candlestick? Chiefly, he's talking about the what's it called, the Holy Ghost, but also your spirit is a flame of fire too. Let me get a precept on that real quick.
No.
Just the book of Psalms 104, and verse 4. Who maketh his angel spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. Right? Because we're all, that's why your body temperature be high and everything like that. Because your spirits are flame of fire, for real. Right? That's why it says, what's it called? The Most High is a consuming fire.
Hmm.
But the Lord will roll up on you with death angels and take you out the way. You could be at the climax of the roller coaster. You at the top having fun, talking about hey, doing all that. Next thing you know, you die of a heart attack, man. So the Lord's not playing around.
All right, the Lord. Yeah, exactly, man. The Lord is not playing around, right? Especially for our people, right? That just want to dabble in their wickedness all day, right? So this is John chapter 12, verse John chapter 12 and verse 25. It says, "He that loveth his life shall lose it." So hey, what did Yahawah say? Yahawah say, if you love your life, man, you're gonna lose it, right? So Jake, you want to make it, you want to make it in this society. You want to, preserve your life, right? Jake, you you want to go to the clubs and just live your life in folly and wickedness and madness. The Lord said, if you live your life, you're gonna lose it, right? And he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal, right? Because we in this truth, to a certain extent, we hate our life, right? Or this life, because we're in slavery, right? Jake forgot that, you know. Jake forgot that we're in captivity. We're oppressed, right? We're under the curse. We're still in the land of our captivity. We haven't gone back home yet. We don't have Yahawah reigning over us, right? In the flesh, right? We don't have a priesthood set up. Hey, all hell has broken loose, you know. So calm, all right? We hate this world right here, right? Hey, let me get this real quick, right? You can bring your priesthood out.
It's the book of Psalms chapter 52. I'll start at verse 5. I'll start at verse 4. I'll start at verse 3. And it reads, Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Right? He loved evil. What you doing out in the club fighting somebody, man? Right? At night, because that's spiritual too. That's darkness. It was dark time, right? And all evil happens when it's dark. Verse 4. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. That's exactly what the Lord did. He rooted him out of the land of the living, man. He took him out the way. Salah, verse 6. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Now, I'm not saying I'm laughing at him, but I've seen people saying R.I.P. and the Lord having mercy on him. I chuckled, man. Because this is the point right here. This is the point. Verse 7. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness, man. And that's what he did. A lot of people gonna be getting laughed at in Jacob's trouble too, because they're not playing to God as their strength, man. Right? And that's a righteous laugh. Sluck, can I get one more precept? Sluck? Come on. Because watch this, man. Somebody can say you might be going off or laughing, but let's see what the Most High is doing, man. This is the classic Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. He was scared when somebody put out that gun, man. And he started getting shot. He was laying down, on the ground. Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish coming upon you. So when your fear comes upon you, verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. And that's exactly, he was probably, praying in his head when he was on the ground and things of that nature. So, come on.
Yeah, that's right, man. When the destruction, the death of the wicked, right? For the Lord deems 2/3 and the wicked, the other nation, they may cry unto the Most High in that day. They haven't tried to search out the Most High for about 20 years, right? They haven't, they were dabbling that other day, trying to be a Muslim, right? And they walked past, the Hebrew Israelites the other week, kind of drive by them, kind of sped up, trying to flex, right? So, and then in that day, right, when all hell breaks loose in their life, they're trying to cry out to the Most High. No, that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. Like the brother was saying, you know, that's why the Most High was, he might have laughed at the brother's calamity, And this is 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. This is what our people don't understand, right? Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men. Right? Young men up here, right? Hey, at any point in time, you'll find people like us in our age, at clubs, getting drunk, smoking weed, right? Doing all of that. But guess what? We're up here trying to edify the sheep, right? Increase our good works in the Most High Yahweh BAHASHAM, right? That's all praise. But this is I've written unto you, young men, right? Because ye are strong, and the word of the Most High abideth in you, and ye have overcome the wicked one. A lot of these jakes are not trying to overcome the wicked one, man. They're letting the wicked one overtake them, right? Verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So we're commanded not to love the world, neither the things in it. Let's see what the things are in the world. Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. This is the stuff of the world. The lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and pride of life, man. Right? Is not of the Father, but is of the world, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. All right. So we're not supposed to be associated with the ways of the world, man. Right? Because all that is going to pass away. But he that doeth the will of the Most High shall what? Abide forever. Right? Like that brother, he got shot. But guess what? In the kingdom, you're not going to be able. I mean, you're not going to suffer from that anymore. Right? So come on,
Come on.
Come on.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 17. And it reads, Slovakia, 3:16, and it reads, it's talking about wisdom, by the way. But it reads, length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand, riches and honor. So you got length of days, so how long you live, in her right hand. Your right represents your strength. And that's a good side. You got your Yahawah sitting on the right hand of the Most High, right? Because that's your strength, your action, your doings and things of that nature. That's a good side. But then you got in her left hand, riches and honor, right? So there's different folds. There's many fold for this precept, but this fold, it's like you getting the red pill and blue pill. You choose because you're not gonna get both, right? The brother, he was he was kind of rich and things of that nature. So he chose the left hand. He chose riches and honor. That's what he chose, and he got that. But did he live a long time? Like
Uh-oh.
he did not. So hey, you gamble with this thing, man. You cannot get both. I mean, okay, the Slock, you can't get both. Like King David, you got of course Abraham, Jacob. They lived a long time and they was very rich. On the
Uh,
righteous hand though. But in this world is wicked. In this world you cannot be rich and live a long time. Unless you are Edomite, because that's what they do. If you are Jake, it's not gonna happen like that, man.
uh,
Right? Because if you notice, a lot of poor people, they live for a long time, man. They live for a long time because they know how to survive and things of that nature, man.
uh,
But
right.
come on.
Yeah, and another point too, because a lot of Edomites, these old Edomites, they're rich. They kind of live a long time. Is because they're going hard in wickedness, right? That's why because they drink baby's blood. They sacrifice the spiritual demon Satan every day, right? So Jake, sometimes Jake, he's not trying to go that hard. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to go that hard because Jake he'll sell his soul. You know he'll do a little whatever, but then those requirements they add on more and more, right? To be this damn world smart, right? So con, you know, and let me get this in Mark, about selling the soul. Man.
Come on.
It's Mark chapter 8. Um, I'm gonna start at verse 34. It says, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Right? So, hey, Lord just said, if you want to follow him, you got to deny yourself. You know, hey, don't we want to do stuff that's pleasing unto us, right? But no, we can't do that. We have to deny ourselves, right? It says, and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. Right? So we're trying to lose our life for the most high Yahawah. Verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? But what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So Yahweh is not actually literally looking for an answer, right? Hey, brother, what's like Yahweh is not, hey, brother, what do you think is a good deal? A soul for for the world, like, what's a good deal for that, right? We got like 15% off, right? The Lord's not saying that, right? Or maybe if we had, a mansion, 7 women, 7-car garage, about 10 cars, I think that would be good to sell yourself for. No, Yahweh is not literally looking for an answer. The answer is nothing. It's a rhetorical question. The Lord said, "Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Nothing, because your spirit is precious, Israel. Right? You're a king. You're a princess walking the earth. So you cannot sell your soul to the spiritual demon Satan, man. All right, you got it.
Come on. You cannot sell your soul, because once you sell your soul, man, that's really it. Because you got Kodak, he knows he's Israelite, but is he keeping the commandments? What about Ice Cube?
Yeah,
Come on, man. Right?
come on, man.
Cause they just talking about it, but they're not gonna do nothing about it though. I
Yeah,
want to see Ice Cube go out with the Apocrypha in the KJV 1611 edition Bible out on the highways and byways. I want him to read Isaiah 58:1.
right,
Right.
right.
So
And it don't even have to be our camp, man. You know,
exactly.
just get with the camp. Right? The brothers that got reasonable doctrine. And kind of get with them then. Do better than what you're doing right now. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
Pass out flyers, do something.
Yeah, do something. Right.
All right,
But
so
you can't really do that, because you upset the damn, the Edomites, the higher elite Edomites,
all right.
So kind,
Then he might get cloned. He might get taken off the map. You never
Right.
know what they would do to you, man. They own you because
Right.
you sold your soul to them, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they'll pull a Kanye West on you,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kanye West, he's a damn robot,
He is a robot, man.
Yeah, he's a robot, Feel sorry for that, bro, But kind, you had precept?
Yeah, it's like there's a song he made that I didn't listen to it, but it was on the radio or something like that. And then he said what he said I should have lived. Oh, I could have died at 25. I don't know, something like that. I don't know what he said, man. I don't know. It's wickedness though. I was just
Yeah.
shaking my head when I heard that, man. But this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 3. He said I should have died at the age of 25. That's what he said, man.
Mm.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them. Right? So if you've been righteous and things of that nature, man, and you've been upright, it's going to guide you, right? But the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. So hey, when vengeance coming upon you, death coming upon you, riches don't profit anything, man. Your status, your honor, it don't profit anything. Because again, the Lord don't have respect of persons. He's not, hey man, he don't care about what you got, right? Everybody, everybody's earned the same accountability, man. He has no respect of person. Just because you got diamond, diamond teeth and things of that nature, you all diamond, shining and things of that nature. The Lord will put you to death quick, man. He doesn't care about that, right? So like you, verse 5. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way. So you trying your best to keep the commandments. You're offending less. Hey man, it's going to direct you, right? You notice how you could have been put to death. Like for me, I still almost got in a car accident one time coming back from Atlanta, but I got out the way, and that's all the Lord, call HALALYAM, man,
Call
right?
along. Yeah.
But the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. So you gonna fall by your own wickedness. What you doing at the club? I want you to catch a 144K elect men at the club at night, because it's not going to happen, man.
Right.
You get in a fight with somebody, another gang member. That's not what's going on with these righteous men. That's the wicked, right? So he fell by his own wickedness. Then he got shot. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. It says the rich is not profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. Exactly. Right? Because did King Von's riches save him that that night he got shot? Like did it actually save him? No, it didn't. Right? All his money, that he supposedly had did not do anything in that day. Right? The money, yeah, the same dollar that you got at home, right, with the damn Edomite on it, saying that in God we trust with the damn pyramid on the back, right, showing you that this is spiritually Egypt, right, the
In the
new,
eye.
yeah, there in the damn eye, right, luministic Edomites, right, with the damn eagle on it, all right, we already know what that stands for, all right, that's Esau's symbol. So, yeah, Jake, that same dog that you worship, right, it did not help you at all in the day of wrath, right? And we know that righteousness, or your righteousness was going to get you delivered, man. Is this? Let's go to second Ezra. I was talking about that today. Your righteousness and your faith in the Most High, Yahawah. This is second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 6. Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Right? Exactly. So the Most High, before He ends any world, He shows effects and signs beforehand. Right? And then it happens. Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, right, shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So you escape and you be saved by your works and your faith, right? Not by how much money you have, all right? Not about how much Gucci you have on. Not about if you got a Louis belt or a Gucci belt, right? Or the damn ski, like the damn ski goggles that Jake were.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
Now if you got that on, man. Now if you got on a damn $200 haircut, right? Where it damn cut past your line, right? Your natural line and stuff, right? It's not about that, Jake. It's about if you have good works and you have good faith, man. All right.
Con. Yeah, con, the brother said, man. This
Uh,
is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. So, hey, Israel is ruined. Now, that's twofold again. That's talking about the actual land because they got besieged. And also, us as a people, man. We are ruined as a people. That's Hosea 4 and 6. We lack knowledge. That's Jeremiah 4 and 22. We are ruined as a people, man.
right.
Right? Because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord to provoke the eyes of his glory. So everything we do, we provoking the Lord to anger, basically, man. Because we're not keeping the commandments. We're sinning every day and don't care. Verse 9, because it says it right here too, that they don't care really. The
Right.
shoe or the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare the sin as Sodom, they hide it not. So hey, when you're not even hiding something, it's not even a secret anymore. You don't care. You don't care if people see it, man. You just want to do you. And the
Right.
Lord's seeing that, and hey, man, right? For they have rewarded evil again unto themselves, and that's exactly what happened to again King Von. He rewarded evil unto himself. Again, the Lord, hey, He's not going to take you out without you being a witness to this truth, because it says all nations shall be should, witness this truth basically in Matthew 24. Right,
Right.
so he probably saw something. He probably went by a prophet and he heard it, and he probably started joining the prophet. Something happened that he witnessed the truth, and that he probably did something bad that the Lord didn't like, and he got taken out the way. You know, he got taken out the way in the Salakia. Like 2 months ago, I'll say about a month or two ago, I had a dude that I grew up with. Like the last time I saw him was in fifth grade. He was doing the same thing that King Von was doing, kind of basically like towing some guns, robbing people, selling drugs, things of that nature. He got shot kind of near the same place as King Von in Atlanta. So 2 deaths in Atlanta in the past 2 months, man. And I grew up with that dude, man. You know?
Mm.
Con.
See, that's right, bro. You know, that's why this place needs to be destroyed quickly. You know, you want to preserve, your life in this nation. Some of the Jake that was probably in the club, was talking about voting. You know, hey, most likely, who you vote for? You know what I'm saying? Why you didn't vote yet? Right, Biden 2020. Right. So probably, and you want to continue your life in here. Well, this is just the land of darkness, man. Let me get that right. So Jake, you want to be so great in this land, which is just a land of darkness. This country was made to be destroyed, man. Right. This is Job chapter 10 and verse 21. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. You see that? So this is the land, which is the shadow of death, the land of darkness, right? That's right here, all right. So if you want to be so great in this world, well, what about the world to come, right? You don't know about that world. What the new heaven and new earth, man, that the Most High is about to establish, right? The new Jerusalem, man. All right. So this is also Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city." Hey, so this is spiritually and physically, because isn't King Vaughn's body, his dead body was lying in this great city, in this great nation, right? So called, because what spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. This nation is called Sodom in Egypt, spiritually, right? So if you want to continue your life in here in Sodom and Egypt, hey, go ahead. You're going to end up like King Von, man. You know, Con.
Con. Just the book of Lamentations. The precept with that Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 15. All that passed by the Salakia, all that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that man called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?"
Right.
Right? Hey, so let me get the next verse actually. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, "We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it." And that's deep, man. That's deep. I got a precept for that too again. That's deep. That's probably they probably laughing. I'm laughing right now, and that's exactly what they be saying. Because you have these Chinese tourists. I mean, Chinese people. They kind of come from China, and these other people too. They come from these different countries.
Right.
There's actually like a tour bus that goes through the hood, and they kind of be pointing and laughing because they know that we're the Israelites, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know who we are, and it was like they actually say these things like these are the people, man. Let me get one more thing actually. This is better. Yeah, this is exactly what they be saying, man.
Right.
The
These,
book of First Kings.
these are the people that shoot each other, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly, man. These the
talk
people.
about,
These are God chosen people, and they killing each other,
right. They killing.
selling drugs.
Talking about blood and crip.
Exactly, man.
Man.
Leaving their wife.
Right.
Yeah. This is the book of First Kings, chapter 9 and verse 8. And at this house, and a house can represent, actual house, a country, or a nation of people. In this case, it's talking about a nation of people.
Right.
And at this house, which is high, everyone that passes by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and they shall say, "Why hath the Lord done this unto this land and to this house?" And they shall answer, "Because they forsook the Lord their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil. And that's exactly what they be saying, man. Right? Because again, you got to understand, the only reason why we didn't know about who we are, because the devil, he mostly brainwashed the Israelites, man. These other countries, they know what's going on. They know what's going on. There's a video of an East Indian, I believe, either Arabian or East Elam, either Elam or Ishmael. He was talking about that y'all are, she was saying in a video that y'all are God's chosen people. We need y'all to, come back to the truth, something like that, something to that effect. But they know who we are, but we don't know who we are. So they be passing by us. They kind of snicker. They hiss, right? Kind of like an inside joke. When you and your little friend snickering at you, or snickering at somebody, it's like an inside joke.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right too. Even in the ancient world, man, when they would see us fall, see all hell breaking loose in Israel, they'll laugh, you know, they'll kind of throw parties, right? These days, you know, why? Because yeah, we got them damn Israelites, right? So it's the same thing now, man. Because Ecclesiastes 3:15, the Most High requires that which is past. Right? So it's the same thing now. All right, and these nations love to see us on the bottom, man. They love to see us on the bottom. All right, all right. So,
So, okay, did you read verse 8?
what precept?
We read Revelation 11:8.
Oh, yeah, I didn't read that.
I'm going to say you can read verse 10 with that precept. I'll read it. I got it right here.
Con.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Right?
Right.
Hey, that's what they be doing, sending gifts. The Statue of Liberty was a gift, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. They're sending gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Sending gifts. At one point in time, these nations, they were in harmony. You know, they were actually in harmony. But the Lord is now stirring up them spirits. Now they're fighting against each other. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because at the same time that Israel's rising up.
Exactly.
So that's not just a coincidence, right? Because if we keep reading in this, actually, Revelation 11 and 11, it says, "And after 3 days we have," which is basically 3.5 days, right? I believe that's going into the 42 weeks, not I mean the 42 months, if I'm not mistaken, right? But it says the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and a great fear fell upon them which saw them, right? So now the Israelites are being raised up, right? But the spirit of the Most High, right? And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, all right? So now, the Most High is raising us up, right? Verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in the cloud, and their enemies beheld them. All right. So Jake, don't you want to get delivered up in the chariot? You know? See, a lot of Jakes, they're boasting about their butterfly cars. You know, hey, my car door, it goes up. What about yours? So what? Right? We trying to get into a chariot. You can't even compare a chariot to a this little damn plastic car you got, right? talking about talking about it's $100,000, right? Well, what's the price of a damn chariot, right? You don't even know that, right? So we're trying to get into the chariot, man. Those are the flyest vehicles ever. All right.
Talking about the V12, over
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, over
The
a
chairs
thousand.
can, teleport,
Yeah.
disappear,
This
goes
is
faster than, light.
oh, yeah.
But I got a precept, though, about how he said, how the brother Yahawah said that you got Esau on his way down and Israel on the way up. There's a book of Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So that's a just weight. It's it's always like you always have to have the opposite of something. You got good, bad, right, left. You got Esau and these other nations, they're on the way down. You got Israel on the way up. That's why we say Kwame Sarala, meaning rise Israel, man.
Yeah. Israel going up, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. And let me get this in Ezekiel. It's the book of Ezekiel, um, chapter 37, and verse 1. It says, "The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." So this is our people, man. Spiritually thirsty, right? Dry, you know. Jake's talking about, oh, your knees are ashy and dry, right? But you're a damn dry bone, right? You're a damn dry bone. You need that spiritual lotion, right? You need the spiritual lotion, the spiritual water, which is this word, right? Verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord, right? Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. So that's the breath of life, right? This word, this knowledge. I'm going to jump down to verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. So, a lot of Jakes, a lot of Jakes are talking about, the Crips and the Bloods, you know, they might even call themselves an army. What about the army of the Lord right here, right? That's standing upon their feet, right, in righteousness, an exceeding great army. That's what the Lord called it. If you're in this troop, you're part of that exceeding great army, right? So,
Uh,
uh,
so I thought I had a precept for the breath of life. I thought there was one in Jeremiah. I can't find it right now.
I know there's one in Wisdom of Solomon talking about wisdom is a breath of life.
This probably what I was talking about. Yeah, probably. Cause I know there's one fire one that goes straight to the point.
Uh,
Probably could be it. But go back to the thing. So there's a book of Proverbs chapter 13. There's a book of Proverbs 13:6,
uh,
and it reads, "Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches." Like, that's deep actually, but that's not the point. But that's pretty deep right there, man. Right? And that's exactly it's like it's not on the topic, but that's exactly what Yahawah did, because he came down from all his riches, from a glory of a god to a servant, a man, a slave, and was put to death. You know, but come, let me keep going now. But verse 8 is the point. The ransom of a man's life are his riches. And that's the reason why a lot of people get put to death, because he has a lot of money. You over here flexing, you doing this with the money on his doing that. You know what I'm talking about? Doing
yeah,
that on Instagram and things of that nature.
yeah,
You, yeah, showing off your money. Next thing you know, you get kind of popped. Now you're in the spiritual world getting judged. You know.
mhm.
So hey, man, that's a main reason why Jake losing their life, because of the money, man. Money. Actually, let me get that real quick, man. Let me just get it through the spirit. It's the book of is it Second Timothy or First? I think it's Second Timothy. No, it's First Timothy. It's like it.
Yeah.
Let me get it real quick. It's the book of First Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10, and it reads, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they
Uh,
have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Right? So the love of money is the root of all evil. Some people covet after it, man. That's exactly what these so-called hood niggas be doing. Talk about the only chick I love is the money. I'm in love with the money. I'm married to the money. That's going off, man. They'll do anything for money. They'll even kill their own right hand man for money, right? And who knows what that argument could have been about, you know? But
Yeah, hey, that's right. Man. You know, chasing the bag and stuff. You know, the blue. I think they say blue cheddar or something like that. Right, the Benjamins, right? The racks, right? So Jake, you know, you worship money, man. A lot of you Jakes, you worship money, and a lot of Jakes, they follow after rappers, you know, that worship money, you know. So now you want to worship money, you know, cause the music that you listen to, all they're talking about is money and women and clothing and all this. Now that's what you're accustomed to now. That's what you like now, right? Because let's get this precept where I just thought of all phrases. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 15. You know, Tizar brings this out a lot, right? This is every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor, right? All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly, right? That's why you're not going to find, you know, all these worldly rappers in the damn comment board, right? Saying, bring it out, you know, saying con, you know, pulling precepts. You're not going to find Kodak Black in the comment section, right? You're not. You're not going to find, you know, like your brother was saying, Ice Cube out in the highways and hedges, you know, kind of, you know, holding post, right? And then it's his turn to read, you know, and he's reading Almighty with the damn garment swinging in the wind. Mitri. And we would love to see that, but you're just not going to find it because every beast loved his like. He's going to stay with the people that, you know, of his stature, you know, Snoop Dogg and, you know, all those OG rappers, right? Smoking weed and all that. That's what he's going to dwell with, right? So every beast loved his like, all right? So calm.
so like it kind of there's a verse prior to verse 10 actually. This one's actually pretty good. It's the book of First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9.
Um,
But they that will be rich fall into temptation in a snare. And what's a snare? It's a trap,
yeah.
right? And that's how they get you. That's how Esau gets you. They
Oh,
use these sold out jakes as vessels to compel you to sell your soul, right? You think it looks good. You see all the naked women. You see all the money. You see all the ice they buying, all the things you can buy, all the cars. It's a trap. You kind of like it though. You're not really thinking that much because you know how so quick-minded Jake is. They don't really do the research. They just kind of jump right into it. And when they get into it, it's they trap now. They can't really do nothing about it,
oh,
right? Um, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown man in destruction and perdition, right? And he got destroyed. Period. He got destroyed, all because the love of the money. And if you listen to his songs, it's nothing but wickedness.
right.
Him, finessing his brother, right? Him stealing things from his own, brother. Talking about King David, his father. That's wicked, man. Because that's what they call him, his father, King David. And they call him King Vaughn.
And
How do you know how? I can't even speak right now. Do you think the Most High is dealing with that?
man,
Come on, man. That's off, man. Talking about you jumping walls because he's trying to refer to King David, man. That's going off. You talking about somebody that was after the Lord's own heart. And you gonna put him in the rap? Come on, man. Come on.
and
Yeah.
hey, the Lord said that David, his heart was perfect, right? So you, Jake, you know, is your heart perfect, right? Oh my David, man. You know, hey David, he was the father of King Solomon, who was Yahawah, right? So how righteous and how favorable do you have to be to the Most High and the side of the Most High for Him to allow you to be His own, son or a like father, you know, in the earthly realm, right? You know, hey, and David, he was one of the most blessed Israelites, because they always talk about the seed of David, right?
Sure mercies of David.
The sure mercies of David too, because hey, David, he went off, but the Lord still had mercy on him. See that? Right? So Jake, gotta be careful, right? Calling yourself after that man, and you should not be, in the world calling yourself King David, right? That's off, too,
That's off.
right? Calm. This is a Sirach, right? This is just like a general precept, Sirach chapter 15 and verse 15. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness. So, at the end of the day, man, that's what Jake and Northern Kingdom too, needs to be doing. Keeping the commandments and keeping the faith. All right? So calm.
Cons are closing out precept.
No, not really, but I mean, we can keep going, we can keep going, but
Con. So let me see what like here.
hey, Con, let me just read this real quick, actually. Right? This is Sirach chapter 15 and verse 6. It says, "He shall find joy in a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name." So if Jake, he wants to leave a name for himself, King Vaughn, right? Little baby. Oh, that's little baby right there, right? Oh, that's that baby, or that's Blueface, right? Hey, so Jake, he wants to leave a name for himself. Well, how better to leave a name for yourself than to seek wisdom, right? Because the Lord said that wisdom shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name, right? So if you want that everlasting name, you got to seek after wisdom, right? And Jake, you're not seeking after wisdom. You're seeking after the carnal woman, all right? Come on.
Con. So Con, I want to get this real quick, actually. Let me get 2 Timothy real quick. Right, because if you living good in this world, man, if you living good, you living nice, you have no worries. You're not out there teaching. You're not putting your body as a living sacrifice. You're doing what you want to do. You're not gonna make it. The Lord's not dealing with that. Here you go. You got the Lord come down for you. He carried everybody's burdens. He's teaching everybody. He's kind of tired, but he's still doing what he needs to do for you. What else he's doing? He getting beat. He getting spit on. He getting mocked by his own people. He got put to death. He got beat. All for you. Hung on a cross. Torture and things of that nature for you. And you over here talking about I love the money. Look at the brother said, "Where's the cabbage at?"
So you loving the money, man.
Con, this the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12. Because you best believe, man, if the Lord gonna suffer, you're gonna suffer too. Because we're not better than our master.
Right.
If you want to pull that precept. But
yeah, let me get that real quick.
if you don't want to, I can get it if you need to. But this is a book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. So if we suffer, we go through things. We're not living how we want to live. We gotta suffer, and we're gonna be able to reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us, and that's exactly what these sellout rappers be doing. Because you even got Drake on this one song. He said he know that he's forever indebted to the Most High. He said he knows that day is coming, right? And there's nothing he can really do about it. So these rappers know what's going on. And he said if I only talk about it on music, because if I don't rap about it, then I won't say anything at all. So they know what's going on, man, right? But it's because again, hey man, they didn't know about that at first, but now it's too late. They can't do nothing about it. All right, let me get that real quick. And Matthew real quick. Because we're not better than our master. Or Slocky John. We're not better than our master. Right? Slocky. Let me see if I can find it. You can bring yours up.
Con. It uh Con of Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. The disciple was not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Exactly. You know, that's why the brother was saying, we got to go through the same things that Yahawah went through. And also, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 15, right? It says, and that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. So when we come to this truth, we're not living our life for ourselves, right? We shouldn't be living our life for ourselves. We're living our life for Yahawah, right? Because that's the only reason we're alive. Jake kind of forgets that, you know? And sometimes we in this truth, we may forget that too. That's the only reason we're in this truth. The only reason we're walking, doing this life. It's because Yahawah had mercy on us, and ultimately the Most High had mercy on us to send down His only begotten Son Yahawah to suffer, like the brother was saying, to suffer 33 years and eventually die and rise again, just so that you can be alive. And what are you doing with your life? You're just throwing it away. King Von, he threw away his life, right? And the Lord said that what? And let me get this right. I just thought of this precept for all praises. It's in Luke chapter 15 and verse 13. Right? I'm gonna start at 15. Luke 15, Luke 15 and 11. And he said, a certain man had two sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that follows to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with what? Riotous living. So, Jake, you throwing away your life with riotous living, right? The Most High, He wants you to come back, right? Come.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 20. Remember the word that I sent to you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So if he's talking to people, the apostles, saying they're going to have to suffer for the Lord, and you got these sellout coons out here, getting all this money, which one do you think the Lord's dealing with, man? All right? And that the Bible goes to show you that the Lord don't care about all that money, man. You over here robbing your brother, talking about getting to the bag, man. The Lord's not dealing with that. So calm, man.
And this is so right, and going off what the Bible is saying too, this riotous living, right? And this is Jake, this is Jake right here. Came out 9 years ago, right? So the song is called "Party Like a Rock Star," right? So that's Jake right there. Hey, the scriptures is plain, man. You want to spend your life, your substance, with riotous living. Riotous living. That's riotous living like a rock star. And he talked about how his life, right, in that song. So that's Jake. That's Jake now. So yeah, precept or
Blah.
okay, yeah. So that was just a quick point. You don't follow after these people that you talking about partying like a rock star, right? Hey, you should desire the good feast days, right? Because let's go to what's this precept at inside, right? Defraud not thyself with the good day, you know. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14, verse 14. All praises. It says, "Defraud not thyself of the good day." and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So Jake's might take that and kind of twist it, right? Hey, they, hey, Jake, he might actually be in the club, you know. It's like, brother, didn't I just see you at camp last month? You know, but hey, brother, the problem not thyself is a good day. You know, he has kind of like alcohol in his breath. You know, he kind of the Jake Spears all off. You know,
Yeah. No fringes on.
all right,
You
no
know,
friends,
at the alk and everything, man.
right?
I
Come,
know. I feel like you know who I'm talking about too, man. The camp. You know what camp I'm talking about, man. You have to. You have to know.
la ah, la ah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Uh,
Wait, fine, you're gonna have to tell me after, I guess.
huh?
You might have to tell me after.
Kanye, I'm gonna tell you out there, man.
All right, come on, come on,
It's your favorite. It's one of your favorite camps, but come on.
come on. Oh yeah, yeah, I might, yeah, I might know what you're talking about. Is it card?
Con, it's off, man.
Yeah, that video, yeah, come on, yeah, yeah, I saw that too, man. It's off, man. You don't want to be like that, bro, right? The problem not that's something good day. That's talking about the feast day, man. Because if you look in the footnote, right? I don't know if you can see that, right? But it says, defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. So the footnote says, you know, or the feast day. So you should desire the feast days, man. Have fun on the feast days. Like today, it's a feast day, it's the Sabbath, all right? Should not be going to the club, all right? All right, Friday night, nope, nope, all right. Um, and the feast days, like the new moon's coming up, man, right? All these other high holy days, all right. So come on,
Con.
yeah.
What point? What you said?
Con, you got it, you got it.
Oh, you got it. I don't have a precept or anything, so yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. Con. So yeah, man. I'm gonna go back to the fundamental precepts, chapter 9, um, in verse 10. 11. It says, "Envy not the glory of the sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end." Oh, and kind of we can bring this out in Psalm 73 actually. Hey, this goes in actually, and that's another thing too. A lot of our people, they not only envy the sinners of their own people, you know, these rappers and stuff, but they envy the so-called white man. Right? That is just they envy the so-called white man. All right. This is Psalm chapter 73 and verse 1. Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as of a clean heart. So the Most High, He's good to the nation of Israel. That's of a clean heart. All right. And Khan, Abai, you trying to break down this chapter real quick?
To con, we can.
All right, Khan.
What is it?
Psalm chapter 73 is basically going into,
Oh, con. I like that. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
yeah, Khan. Yeah, we gotta bring this out. Verse 2, it says, "But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped." Right? Meaning that what? This is actually ASAP, right? But ASAP was like, damn, I almost fell, right? Almost went off, right? That's what that means. My steps had well nigh slipped. Hey, almost fell, looking at the wicked, desiring what he's doing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you got a point of precept? All right, come on. Verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So Asaph was like, damn, I was envious at the foolish. He admitted his fault, man. Because in the flesh you get weak, right? And you kind of get frustrated. I'm keeping all these commandments, right? I'm trying to be the best Israelite. I'm praying, I'm fasting, you know. Yeah, I can't even afford a new car. I can't even afford good cell phone service, whatever. You know, you're like, damn. You're looking at the foolish, which includes these damn Edomites, includes these other nations. right? Even the foolish of our own people. You're looking at the foolish, damn, they're prospering. Got suits on, got all this money and everything that they want, you know. So you kind of be like, man, I don't know about this light thing, you know. So so con.
Con, I got like a testimony, not a test, but like baseball. It was Wednesday, man. Work. I was so mad at work. Like I was so carnal, man. Like, a lot of stuff just kept happening. I was just so carnal. And I started just talking to myself in my head. I said, "How?" I was cussing in my head for real. I said, "How in the hell do I have to do all this? I'm trying my best to keep the commandments. I do what I need to do and things of that nature. I'm working my behind off while these other worldly friends, like my old friends I used to hang out with, all they do every day is hang out with each other. They don't work. I'm always working and things of that nature. They don't do anything like that, man. I was being carnal for real like that.
Yeah,
I was kind of being like Job. I started questioning the Most High like that for real, man. But I quickly repented from that.
right.
But kind of, this is the
Yeah,
book of law. You got it.
yeah, con and the water. That's an example of being in the flesh, man. Then thoughts kind of plague your mind, and you're like, damn, why is this happening? And and then your spirit comes back. All praises. But con, you gotta, you go to the bathroom.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right. So basically, at this time right now, we suffering. We're going through things right now, right? But it's not even worthy to compare it to the kingdom of heaven. It's not worthy to compare about you getting beamed up, getting delivered, man. Because hey, let me get this precept real quick, right? Because you're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, and you're not gonna be remembering what's going, what happened back then, man. Because you too busy, probably drinking some yan with the argue. All right, let me get this real quick. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Right? So when you're in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna eat the fruit of your doings. If you was on fire, you're gonna have, tenfold, 100-fold, so like 100-fold, might be a ruler over 10 cities. If you was kind of lukewarm, you might have one servant, two wives, but you're gonna eat the fruit of your doings. You're going through all that tribulation, all hell breaking loose in your household, everything. You're going through everything, but you're gonna eat the fruit of your doings. Let me get this real quick, because hey, when I was going through that, man, I kind of had to read this precept, man. I had to read this precept.
Oh,
So this is the book of Acts 14:22. When I read this, actually, one of the brothers yesterday, I believe, was it yesterday? Kind of was yesterday. He gave me Romans 8 and 18. I was happy, man. I'm like, dang, that's a good precept. But this one's a good precept right here too. The book of Acts 14, verse 22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, and it says that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So if you're not going through anything, man, you gotta check your spirit. But if you're going through stuff every day to day, you're going at least here a little, there a little, man. Hey, the Lord dealing with you, man. You know, it's like because Peter, he was going through stuff. King David went through stuff. Even Abraham went through stuff.
right.
Who else? Of course, Yahawah. We already know Yahawah. Paul, of course, Paul too, man. Paul, all the Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, they all went through stuff, man.
Yeah, all these Amos, he got kicked out of his own land.
And Salakia.
Yeah,
That's why I was just right before we hopped on, I was kind of harping on this topic too by myself. That's how I know this truth is the real truth, man. It's the real deal. Because do you think Joel Osteen? Do you know who he is?
yeah, come.
Do you
Yeah,
think he gonna get delivered up to the FEMA camps? Get his head chopped off for the word of the Lord, man? No, man. Yeah. Come
Uh,
on.
Yeah, everyone loves him, right? You know that's what that's what you don't get because these scriptures, and it says, let me just pull this real quick. Revelation chapter 20, because if brothers and sisters may not know what he's talking about. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawah, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had perceived his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mahashiach 1,000 years. So, what is this talking about? It's talking about basically the Israelites that believe that's in the truth getting their head chopped off for the word of Yahawah, the testimony of the Most High, right? For the testimony, Salah, for the word of the Most High and the testimony of Yahawah, right? So that's going to be happening, right? Whether it's in the FEMA camps or whatever, right? Some of us, our heads are going to be rolling on the floor, right, for the Most High, right? But guess what? That's because we stand for the truth, right? These pastors and whatever, reverends or whatever, these Osteens of the world, how are they going to get their heads chopped off? Nobody hates them, right? They're talking about God is love, and they're talking about loving everybody. Yeah, I love everybody. So how is that threatening to the how's that threatening to the American society, man? So come on, that was just a quick point, like how the brother was saying. But come on, we can go back to the Psalms. Psalm chapter 73. I'm just read 3 again. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Right? Their strength is firm. Right? They have the fatness of the earth, man. Because let me get this in Genesis about Esau. All right, that's the blessing of Esau. One of the blessings of Esau, that you will have the fatness of the earth. All right. It's the book of Genesis, chapter, I believe, 26, or might be 25 even. All right, 26 and verse, all right, book of Genesis, chapter 27. Oh, come on. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 39. It said, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. So that's what that is. The fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. That's one of the blessings of Esau. That's why a lot of people envy Esau. They can go to wherever. They'll be in Greece for a few days. Then they'll go to Rome. Then they'll go to Russia, right? I know Edomites like that, man. They used to go to school with them, over like at the break and went, for the weekend. They'll be in damn China, right? Living lavishly, going to the restaurants and 5-star restaurants and staying in the 5-star hotels and you know, come back on Monday or Tuesday, you know.
Con.
So these people say I'm fatness of Europe, right? Come on, you got
I just want to say too, cause like me living with my mom, I definitely didn't have it like that. I
mm,
always wondered like how they get to go to the beach and everything. Like it was me as a youngin too, like 6th grade, 7th grade,
right.
all the way up to the truth. My senior year. I'm like, how they going to the beach every break? I'm like, God. I was like, God dang, man. Right? They going to the beach every break. They
Yeah.
going out the country. I'm like, dang, man. I only went on vacation, what, 3 times. 2 times was with my dad. One time was with the Edomite I was, kind of close with back in the world.
Mm,
That's the first time I ever went to the beach, too. Was with that Edomite. That's the first time I ever went to the beach. But I
uh,
always wondered, like, dang, they can go anywhere they want to, man. For the scriptures, the Lord opened my eyes like, dang, this their world for real.
right. Yeah, you're right, man. Hey, did not the Lord say that earth is given into the hand of the wicked? Job 9 and 24.
Mhm.
Right? sort of, you know, and how the most how these because I remember the Lord said that in the precept that the earth is the basically or the whole earth is the Lord's, right? Or the whole earth is mine, right?
My footstool?
Uh, nah, it was something. Nah, I know what you're talking about, but it wasn't that one. It was something like how the Lord said, the whole earth is mine. You know,
Was it Isaiah? For one of
and
those three
I think.
prophets? Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah.
Oh, I'm not sure. It might have been in Psalms or
Uh,
Isaiah. I'm not sure, right? But you know how Esau, he tries to be the Most High. So then you start saying, the whole earth is mine. You'll think that, and he'll show it in the movie, you know, his damn shades on with the suit going into his private jet, That's why I love, a lot of these nations, they want to get with, even our own people, because they want to live that lavish life that Esau lives, you know.
I actually got precept on that, actually. This is
Uh,
the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 9, and it reads, it's like Psalm 37 and 9. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, so a little while, we're in that little while right now. And the wicked shall not be. Yeah, though, wait, Slucky, yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. And who's the wicked? We know it's Esau, right? Because he's the one who's ruling this right now, right? But after a little while, he's not going to be here because he's going to be exterminated. And Obadiah will be a good precept. But let me get precept upon precept real quick, or two piece. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9, and it reads, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Right. So, if it's saying that for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be, yeah, that's what diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. Right. It's like, and it shall not be. Now, who's Jacob? Verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Right. So Esau is referred to as the wicked, and after Esau's rulership, who's Jacob? Jacob is the meek. Right. So
that's right. And also the Lord said that what? The meek shall inherit the earth. So Jake, just wait, man. Just wait. Keep the commandments, keep the faith, right? Keep on studying, getting the wisdom. You're going to inherit the earth. That's what the Most High said. All right. Jake, you want to inherit the earth now. No, it's not our time, Because what the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So our world, our kingdom is just right around the corner, man. You know, but Jake, he's impatient. I want it now. I want all the glory now. Give me it now. You want a million followers on Instagram. You're worried about that. I gotta get this up to 100 likes. 100,000 likes. I gotta get it up. So Jake, you want all the glory and the fame now? Hey, just wait. All right, just wait to the kingdom. This is Exodus chapter 19 verse 5. This precept I was saying that the whole earth is mine. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. So Israel, you're a peculiar treasure unto the Most High above all and above all people. And the Most High is not a man that he should lie, right? He's not lying, right? For all the earth is mine. So all the earth is the Lord, right? You understand? But now, guess who's ruling the earth on the carnal level? It's Esau. That's why a lot of people, they try to follow after Esau, all right? Let me get this in the law real quick. It's Exodus, all right? Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in their cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. And we used to do that, man. We used to follow a multitude to do evil, right? We see Jake, the popular Jake doing it. Now we want to do it because we see the popular Jake's doing it. The Lord said, "No, to hell with that," right? So come on.
I got a precept. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, a
Mm-hmm.
kingdom is translated from one people to another,
Come on.
right? Because, hey, how did Esau get this kingdom, get this land, right? But by unrighteous dealings, by
Mm.
deceit, right?
Come on.
I think there's one more, actually. Verse 9. Actually, but basically just says, why is earth and ashes proud? But dang, man, I need a computer.
Yeah, yeah, come on. Did you have one?
But you remember the volume always goes off out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, you might want to invest in it. Getting a computer.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I
know
still looking at investing for a sewing machine.
Oh yeah, come on. That's good too. All right, come on. So this is Psalm chapter 73, back in Psalm 73, and verse 5. Right, says, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men." So exactly, these Edomites, they're not plagued like other men. That lines up exactly with Job chapter 21. Right, Job chapter 21, verse 7. "Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power?" Because a lot of these Edomites, they can become old, they'll still be mighty in power. Damn Queen Elizabeth II is roaming around from the damn. She's almost a damn 1,000 years old, and when I say 1,000, that's not lit. But damn, damn a damn near like 100 years old, roaming around. You know why? Because she drinks baby blood and dabbles into witchcraft and whatnot, right? Verse 8. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is there rod of the Most High upon them. So these Edomites, they're not getting chastised, man. When's the last time you seen the Edomite say, I'm going to do it, the Lord chastising you, man? When's the last time you saw an Edomite, or heard an Edomite say that, you know, going through it, catching hell, right? These Edomites, hey, I know, Edomite, she had two houses, you know, she had two houses. She's a little older than me, right? She goes to one house over here, and both these houses had backyards and pools. All right, so don't tell me that these Edomites not wicked to here. All right, yeah, preceptor.
Oh, damn, that's crazy, though.
Yeah, that's crazy. Right, back in Psalm 73. All right, they're not plagued like other men. Verse 6 says, "Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment." You see that? That's what these Edomites are about. Violence and pride, man. Let's get that precept. Where is that at? Right in the book of Jeremiah. The Lord called this nation thou most proud. Right. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse what is that? Jeremiah chapter 50. Right. I want to find a precept. Oh, thou most proud. I might have to look it up.
I could probably bring mine up while you look for it.
Come on.
So we're going to go to, let me see where I'm going to go. Isaiah chapter 14. We start at, verse 13, Isaiah 14:13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Now, who's this talking?
Um,
Esau, man, right? I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High, and that's some prideful behind stuff right there, man. What other nation's doing that? What other nation drew out a picture to make it look like, well, to make their own so-called Jesus to represent the Bible? Who's trying to go up to the stars and things of that nature? What else, man? What else they be doing, man? You even got Donald Trump. He said on an interview, he looked at the sky and said, "I'm the chosen one."
yeah, the show.
You saw that one?
Yeah, come on.
He gonna get destroyed, man.
Right,
Right?
right. And you got also got a lot of pride saying that what is it? God bless America, right? You got a lot of pride saying that too. Yeah. The Most High is gonna bless America. You're gonna bless America with damn nukes, right? Thermonuclear fire. He's gonna bless America with pestilence and famine. 'Cause that's what's coming, man. And fire. All right. That's what you want to bless it with. All right. And you also have to be very prideful to put the children of Israel, the Most High people, in this place. You have to be pride. Yeah, you have to be proud to do that, man. You know, these heathen, they will dare to touch. You used to dare to touch us, to look at it. It's like, man, you know. But this is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 30. I'm gonna start at 30. It says, "Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord God of hosts. For that day is come, the time that I will visit thee." See that? So the Lord has said, "I am against thee, O thou most proud." What is that nation? This nation, this so-called, America, is known as Babylon. All right. So this nation, most I said, thou most proud, man, because this is the most proudest nation in the history of kingdoms. Right?
I got precept.
Oh,
There's a book of Obadiah. There's only one chapter, so verse 3, and it reads, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock." Right? Because they dwelt in Mount Seir. You think they really lived in Russia? They lived here in Babylon, America, right? This is not where they usually stay at, man. They lived in Mount Seir. You can read, I believe, Genesis chapter 30, either 35, I believe it's 36 actually, Slovakia. You can read Genesis 36 about where he stayed at in the lineage, right? But it says, "Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" And that's how they move, man. They always think no one can bring them down. They're like a bully. A bully thinks he can do whatever he wants to do because everybody's so called scared of him, right? But the Lord gonna set that up though. The Lord gonna put him in his place when he returns. Verse 4. "That though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, because the eagle is a prideful bird. You try it's very hard to tame an eagle. You try to tell you put that thing on your arm and try to get eagle to land on here, hey, it's gonna do what it wanna do. It might fly off, fly away and things of that nature.
oh,
Right? And that's another proof that Esau is the so-called white man, because who else is exalting himself as the eagle? Only really America, the so-called white nations are doing that.
yeah,
"And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord." But kind, that's the point. The prideful nation, man.
that's right. The prideful nation, man. All right. And where is this at? Revelation 13 and 11, right? "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb." Because this nation, the two horns is talking about the two main strengths of America. It's the democracy and Christianity. All right, that's what America comes with. America comes with the so-called democracy and Christianity, right? And it's like a lamb because America, they come peaceably. You know, they come with deceit though. You know, like it says in Psalms 55 and 21, you know, his words were smoother than butter. You know, well, war was in his heart, right? Isn't that how Esau got this land? He came over here to the Gadites, you know, say, hey, let us, you know, have this land, you know, just let us have it, you know, 13 colonies, you know, just let us have it. You know, the Gadites were like, all right, fine, you know, you just move over here. Damn, there took the whole damn North America, right? Just took it, all right. But it says that's why it says two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. How come he speaks as a dragon? What does that mean? That means that what? Esau he speaks very proudly, right? Speaks as a dragon, all right. It isn't. There's also a precept says that he shall speak great words against the Most High, something like that.
And we're at the saints. I believe that's in Daniel
Yeah, Daniel.
7:25, I believe.
Yeah. Daniel chapter 7:25, I believe. Actually, let me see. This speak great words against the Most High. Daniel chapter 7, verse. Yeah. Con. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25, and it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given in his hand until the times and divided times." So it says that he shall speak great words against the Most High. So Esau, he speak great words against the Most High, man. You know, saying I am the chosen one, and you know that the Lord is a so-called white man. No, man. All right, and you also speaking great words against the Most High by speaking to his prophets too, right? Because remember, when you're communicating, when you're talking to the prophets out in the highways and hedges, hey, they're the mouth of the Lord right there. So whatever you say to them, hey, that's like you talking, trying to talk to the Most High, trying to cuss the Most High out. You know, you cussing the brothers out in the streets. You know, saying get a job. You telling the Lord to get a job then, right? The con. We can go back in that Psalm 73. This is Book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 7. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. Exactly, man. These Edomites have more than their heart could wish. And I've seen that too. You know, I know brothers, ancestors may know what they talk about. You know, I've seen that. These Edomites, they have everything. It's crazy. You know? Yeah, come on. You know? And even these Jakes that sell their soul and stuff like that, they have more than their heart could wish too. You know? It's crazy. You know?
They be having a beach house, a lake house, a house. You know,
Yeah.
different things for different seasons, man. A house, a cabin back up there when it gets cold. They have everything, man.
They
You
have
still
it.
got Tommy the Edomite, complaining, man.
Yeah. I wanted to go to France this weekend. But we're actually going to New York City. You know, it's great. All right. But hey, Jake, don't worry about it too much, because the Lord said that I believe it might have been Matthew 5, but Yahawah kind of got on our people and was like, "Woe unto you that have received your consolation," all right? Because what does that mean? Because if you already have that all now, then you receive your consolation. You don't need anything else, right? So you're just going to be destroyed in this society, you know. But like for brothers like and sisters in this truth, we haven't received our consolation. We're waiting for our prize in the kingdom. All right. Come on. And this is going to be us. We're going to have more than our heart could wish in the kingdom. All right. Verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Hey, bro, there's just so much stuff in here, right? But hey, the Lord said that these Edomites, they speak wickedly concerning oppression. One prime example is this. When Esau says, "Oh, you guys don't need to receive reparations. Just forget about it. That was a long time ago. Just get over it, right? Just get over slavery. Just get over 400 years of free labor. Just get over it, right? Stop worrying about that. Go get a job, right? That's Esau. That's a prime example of Esau speaking wickedly concerning, right? Or saying that, oh, there's no racial injustice in America. That's wickedly concerning oppression. Because of course there is. There's constitutional racism, constitutional institutionalized racism, right? All of that is in there. There's laws set in place that prohibits the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans from getting money and whatnot, right? You have all this stuff. You know, uh, um, they the school to prison pipeline. So Esau has all these systems set up. All right. Speak loftily. Loftily. What does that mean, Slacky? What does that mean, loftily? It means proud. All right. Khan, you got it.
That precept. Just the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And that's exactly what they did. No, Salaki, man. Let me start this real quick. Salaki, this is a good chapter that goes in about slavery, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, and I'll start at verse 3. It reads, For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song. Cause we kind of be on the ships probably. They about, hey boy, sing me a little song of y'all's, things like that. Kind of on a plantation, kind of, forcing you to get 3 girls in the back as a choir, make you, force out to sing a song, right?
Right.
Required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us a mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. Because they already knew, Jeremiah 51:19, Matthew, that we're the salt of the earth, man.
Yeah.
Right? They love listening to us. I'm going to jump down to verse 8, because I already read verse 7. Verse 8, I'll read verse 7 again, actually. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Because we built everything here, man. For real. You still got Issachar right outside my house building the houses.
Yeah.
Verse 8, O daughters of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Because, you get what you put out. You put us in slavery. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10, you can go into slavery. Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth that little ones against the stones. Come on, man.
Well, that's
They speak wickedly against oppression, man. Talking about, man, yeah, that's 400 years ago, but they don't. Well, I don't know, but they don't understand. They're kind of ignorant and stupid because our people still suffer from slavery. We're
yeah.
still in oppression. We still in slavery. We
Yeah.
count as 3/5 as a man. You got people talking about, did you vote? Man, come on, man.
Khan. And you saying that, we don't need reparations and we're not trying to receive the money. That's not what that's about. We're not really trying to receive the money. All right. But for you to say that we don't deserve anything, that's speaking wickedly concerning oppression. That's speaking lawfully. Because you think that you can put the children of Israel, the Most High's people, right, in slavery and get away with it because you're covered by the blood of Jesus, right? Then your end is destruction, all right? Your end is death and destruction and woe and calamities, all right? By the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, right?
And another thing too, if Jake even got reparations and got money or things of that nature, they'll probably waste it on some gas, on some food, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, exactly. Wasting on some, we seen it. With the damn, what's it called?
stimulus check.
Yeah, yeah, the stimulus check. Yeah, we seen it. Jake, flexing his watches. You know, he's got a,
Yeah,
he got a new chain. Hey, brother, where you get that chain from? Oh, you got the check. You know,
yeah,
brother,
brother. I know a brother in the group. It was a group chat, a worldly group chat. He bought a basketball goal, man. A basketball goal.
a, a basketball goal,
Yes,
like a hoop.
a hoop. Yes.
What the hell?
He sent a picture in the Snapchat group chat. Tell him, look what I just bought.
That's crazy,
Man,
bro. Oh. It's like, brother, hey, brother, where'd you get that damn, brother got on a whole new, Gucci outfit, you know, brother, where'd you get that outfit from? Oh, the check, brother, you gotta pay your bills, bro. You gotta pay your rent, and your rent due next week. Oh man, and he,
yeah.
he just kind of walk off, you know.
No gas in his car. He walking to work the next day
Yeah, yeah, no gas in his car, man. Got a
in his
tank,
new shoes
yeah, and he walking like this, you know.
with one crease it, man.
Yeah,
Jake, man. Jake something else.
yeah, Jason. That was wrong. Right. That's why the Lord said our people is foolish. They are Sodom's children. You know. Hey, to spend your money, your damn stimulus package or check, whatever, on some damn new outfit. That damn well you need to pay something. Your bills and whatnot, and for food and whatever. Gas, like the brother said. You want to spend it on that? You know. Hate to say it, but you foolish. You're stupid. You know. That's a stupid act. All right. Um, right. So back in Psalm chapter 73, in verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Meaning, the pride of Esau, and their words. You know, hey, Donald Trump, he's very proud. All these damn Edomites be proud, man. You know. Let me just get this one precept real quick. Psalm chapter 49, in verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. So these Edomites, they think that this nation will continue forever and ever and ever. This nation will just get better and get greater, and it will never fall. How like obviously ancient Egypt that didn't fall. Ancient Rome, that didn't fall either. Ancient Greece, hey, ancient Israel, all these great nations didn't fall, right? No, they did. So what makes you think that America won't fall, right? But that's their pride, that's their pride. That's what that means. Their tongue walketh through the earth, right? Because they wherever they go to, they take their pride with them. You know, they'll go to stuff like Greece or whatever, you know, and they'll be like, oh, what? I'm American, you know, but that's their pride.
Come on. I
Yeah,
don't have a preset. Can you hear me?
yeah, come.
Kanye, you got it.
All right, come. This is Psalm chapter 73, verse 10. Therefore, his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them, right? And they say, how doth the God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Oh my God. No, are you serious? Because let me read that again. It's
That's
Psalm
wrong.
73, verse 11. They say, "How doth God know? And is there knowledge? And is there knowledge in the Most High?" Hey, bro, that shouldn't even be a question, man. How is that even a question, right? This is Job chapter 21.
I was about to get that. That's a spirit.
Oh, that's the spirit. You can bring it out then.
Well, you saw? Do you mean 22 or 21?
Uh, I mean, Job 21.
Okay, you got it then.
All right, come on. Job chapter 21, verse 14. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty? Hey, you got a lot of pride, man, you know, to say what is the Almighty, right? That we should serve him. And what profit shall we have if we pray unto him? Look at the pride of the wicked, right? So that's basically the same thing, what they're saying, that is just lining up. Is there knowledge in the Most High, right? What is the Almighty gonna do, right? Why should we be praying unto the Most High when we can be praying unto Satan, right? So
Yeah,
you
precept. And
got,
they said and they say, how does God know? Let me get Job 21. It's like a 22 in verse
yeah,
11. Or darkness that thou canst not see, an abundance of waters cover thee. Is not God in the height of heaven, and behold the height of the stars, how high they are? And thou sayest, how doth God know? Can he judge through the dark clouds? Thick clouds are a covering to him that he seeth not, and he walketh in a circuit of heaven. And that's what they believe. They believe that he can't look down because of clouds. They believe he's too busy, doing stuff in the heavens, not worried about them. And that's what they actually believe.
yeah,
God.
yeah. Come on, man. Hey, Sirach chapter 1, verse 1. All wisdom coming from who? The Lord. So of course there's wisdom from the Most High, right? And this is also wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 17. It says, "For he have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements." So if you're trying to get deep, man, and the Most High is the most deepest being, all right? You're trying to be like, you're talking about being deep. Hey, the Most High is very deep, right? Um, oh yeah, Quan, that was actually a precept where I believe it might have been a Job, basically saying that the Most High's thoughts are very deep. You know, verse 18: the beginning and ending and midst of the time, and the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons, the circus of years, and the position of the stars, the natures of living creatures, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots, and, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. So, so on a carnal level, King Solomon, who is Yahawah, he knew this kind of stuff. He knew this stuff. So how much more the Most High, right? Are we to say that King Solomon is more wiser than the Most High himself, who created King Solomon? Right? No, that would be idiotic, right? So, the
Look,
most
I'll be right back. Look, I'll be right back.
come. So the Most High, he created all these stars and constellations and wild beasts and the human body. He created all of this. So of course there's knowledge and wisdom in the Most High. Right? That'll be foolish to think that he doesn't have that. Right? So let me get another preset real quick. Let's look at Moses, right? Because it's precept that's saying, I came out from the Most High. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24. All Khan, this is Sirach, chapter 24, 24, I'm starting at 1. Wisdom shall praise herself and shall glory in the midst of her people. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud. So wisdom herself said that she came out of the mouth of the Most High. So how is there not wisdom in the Most High? All right. Yeah, let me get this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Actually, Isaiah chapter 45, verse 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I am holding, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings to open before him, but to leave gates, and the gates shall not be shut." So this is Isaiah giving a prophecy, right? From the Lord, Yahawah about Cyrus. Now, Cyrus was actually an actual man, King Cyrus the Great, the so-called great of Persia, who took down the Median Empire, all right, and they became a joint empire, Persian and Median Empire, which was our captivity after the Babylonian captivity, all right. So you can do research about that on yourself. This was the 500 BCs. You can read this in various books in the First Maccabees. It's lucky, not First Maccabees. The book of Tobit a little bit. Reading about it in Isaiah. You can read about it in Daniel, right? Various books in the scriptures. But anyways, the Lord called Cyrus by name before he was even born. So how is there not knowledge in the Most High, right? There's complete knowledge in the Most High, right? Perfected knowledge and wisdom, all right? That's very foolish and very prideful to say. So I'm gonna go back to Psalms 73. Psalms chapter 73 and verse I'm sorry, 11 again. And they say, "How doth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?" Or it's look, yes, there's knowledge in the Most High. Verse 12. But behold, these are the ungodly. So Asaph, he just gave an example. See, it's like, look at these are ungodly of the world, right? Who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. So of course they prosper in this world and they increase in riches. Why? Because they're serving the spiritual demon Satan. Verse 13. Because in the book of Matthew, the 4th chapter, Satan said to Yahawah, all of this will I give unto you if thou would just worship me. In the book of Genesis, the 4th chapter, the Lord said that you can either serve me, right? Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Genesis chapter 4 and verse 7. Right, Genesis 47. If thou do well, shalt thou not be accepted? Right, if you do well, you're going to be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. So if you want to serve the Most High, you're going to also get riches and honor. But if you want to serve the spiritual demon Satan, you also get riches and honor, but on the left hand side. All right, so that's why the wicked prosper in this society because they glorify and worship the spiritual demon Satan, right? And they promote sin, right? They commit sin and they promote sin. Back in Psalm chapter 73, verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly, who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain, and washed my hands in innocency. Right? 14. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. Right? If I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High. Then understood I their end. Right?
Mm.
So these are going to understand their end. See that? Yeah, precept.
What was that precept you brought out? The first thing you brought out on this video? That was a fire precept. That's a good precept for that precept for this verse. It's just even if
First
the
precept.
yeah, because you never know the latter end.
Oh yeah, Sirach chapter 9 verse 11. Yeah, Sirach chapter 9 verse 11. And be not the glory of the sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. You see that? So you're not going to know the end of the wicked, and we kind of know the end of the wicked, and the end thereof, Yahawah told us in Matthew chapter 7. The end thereof is the way of death. All right, the end is death. All right. Point and precept. All right, come on. It's book of Psalms chapter 73 again, and then verse 18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction. Right? How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. So the wicked, they're going to get what's coming. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. So what is that talking about? That's talking about the Lord coming back, Yahawah. And when he comes back, he's going to despise Esau's image. Now, it's not talking about an actual portrait, not talking about the Statue of Liberty. The image is talking about what Esau stands for.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of like, in Book of Revelation, 13th chapter, that's a good precept for that. Thou shalt not despise their image. All right? Kind of. And Esau, he stands for wickedness, folly, evil, right? Sin, Satanism. That's what he stands for. That's his image, right? Because let's get Romans. Book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. See that? So it's not talking about, certain spirits actually looking the exact representation of Yahawah, like the brother, just exact height, length, beard, and all that. No, it's talking about the acts and what Yahawah came with, you know, the righteousness, if you will. All right, that's why we just back up and like precept.
This Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So the same way the elect is conformed to the image of the Son, the same way we're not supposed to be conformed to the image of this world. Because if you conform to this world, that means you come in the same image, breaking the Sabbath, wickedness, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's right. That's why when you read Genesis chapter 5, verse 2, it says, "Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived in heaven 30 years, and begat a son uh, in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth." So Seth, he didn't exactly look like Adam, like exact representation. You know, what that's talking about is, Seth, he was raised under the law, statutes, and commandments, as Adam, right? Chosen Adam. Go back. Psalms chapter 73 and verse 21, right? It says, "Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee." So yeah, men are referred to as beasts. as well. All right, you read about that in Psalms 49th chapter in verse 20. It says, "Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perish." So men can be referred to as beasts in the scriptures. All right, that's why when you read about in book of Daniel, the seventh chapter, all right, I believe it was the seventh chapter. It talks about the four Daniel's vision. And it was the four beasts, but the four beasts actually was a representation of the four kingdoms. All right, Babylon, Persian and Mede, um, Greece, and Rome. All right. Uh,
I believe there's a precept in Second Esdras. Let me see. It's a book of Second Esdras. It's a good precept too. Dang, is it 9? Salaki Barrett. Colin chapter 8. So where I want to start at? Salaki Barrett, man. Colin, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 29. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts. Because, man, is referred to as beasts, and we live like beasts. Because watch. But to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. Now, that's the beasts of the field. Do they have a law? Now, the people who has a law are the Israelites, are humans, right? But we're compared to as beasts. Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in the righteousness and glory. But the point is, we are referred to and compared to as beasts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, that's why he said, I was as a beast before. Because if you're full and letting the flesh override, because these beasts they're not raised in the law, statutes, and commandments. Your dog is not expected to abstain from pork. All right, you know, you can't be like talking to your dog like you know you got to keep the Sabbath. All right, so you can't cook, you can't buy. You know, hey, you also have to stop eating pork. Right, the dog is not going to know what's going on because they weren't given that that wisdom to keep the commandment. Right, so that's why he's like I was as a beast before thee, without any knowledge. Right, that's what the Lord said in the book of Psalms, 32nd chapter, verse 9. It says, "Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding." You see that? Because that's our people. Sometimes we become as a damn animal, without any understanding, right? Then the Most High kind of corrects us, and we come back, you know. And Jake says that too. He's a beast. I'm a beast, right? That's Jake.
Beast mode.
Yeah, beast mode. On beast mode. Right.
Yeah, that's a spirit of the Lord, man. That's a spirit.
Right. That's spirit, man. Right. Damn. Jake will say, I'm a savage. 21 Savage. 21 Savage, All right.
Macho Man Randy Savage, if you know who that is.
La.
He was like a WWE wrestler.
Oh, okay, yeah. See that?
Yeah.
Psalm chapter 73 in verse 23. All right, I'm going to just read 22 again. "So foolish was I and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory." Right? So you want the Most High to guide you, with counsel. Right? You should throw the prayer up, to Rakia by the Zadakal, right? Which means that what? guide me in the way of righteousness, right? Um, and afterward receive me the glory. Because Jake, like we keep saying, you want the glory now, but just wait, because the Most High promised glory, to the meek, right? Didn't the Lord said that he that shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that is, abased shall be exalted, right? So the Most High, he promised that, you know. Um, verse 25, whom have I in heaven but thee, right? And there is none upon earth that I desire besides thee. You see that? So that's the words of righteousness. You know, that's the words of righteous, and the righteous, they love to hear that. You know, I have slot, but there is none upon earth that I desire besides thee. You know, and James, they desire money. The women. Fame and vainglory. That's what they desire. But ASAP, he was in his spirit. He said, "There is none upon earth that I desire besides thee." You see that? Um, verse 26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but the Most High is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Right? Because your flesh and your heart, they might fail. You know, like your flesh might fail. Right? Being in this truth. Your knees hurt from being at camp. You know, uh, um, what else? Knees damage from praying. Uh, you know, whatever. Whatever we go into this in this truth. People, like Paul, he got scores and stuff like that. So even our man may perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. That's what Paul said. All right, verse 27. For lo, they are far from thee, shall perish. They that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a whoring from thee. Right. So exactly. So the Most High is going to destroy everyone that goes a whoring from thee. Right. Verse 28. But it is good for me to draw near to the Most High, for I have put my trust in the Lord God, that I may hear all thy works. All right. So Khan, all praises to the Most High Yahawah BAHASHAM.
HALALYAM, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Khan. So we can bring out some closing precepts.
I actually got one. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and 25. And it reads, return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins, make thy prayer before his face, and offend less. Right? So you got to return to the Lord in these last days. You got to be praying in these last days. You got depart from sins. If you still got a smoking demon, fast. If you still out there breaking the Sabbath, eating pork, fast, man. Refrain from them sins and offend less. Come.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. I'm gonna read Psalm chapter 72 and verse 17. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. Blessed be the Lord God, the God of Israel, who only does wondrous things. And blessed be his glorious name forever. And let the whole earth be filled with his glory. Amen and amen. The prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. All right. So at the end of the day, Barak thou shall call on Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahushua. All right, because that's who is worthy to be praised. All right. And David say, who only doth wondrous things. Because that reminds me of Slack. Let me just get this right. So right. So right, chapter 39. All right. Sirach chapter 39 and verse 16. Well, I'm start at verse 15. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with harps, and in praising him ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. All right. So Khan. So all the works of the Most High are good. All right. That's what we have to understand. All right. So at the end of the day, like we said, keep the commandments, keep the faith. You know, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Al-Shah. Of course, giving all love and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right. It's your brother Yasha Allah
Brother Abai.
Khan. And we'd like to say Shalom.
Shalom.